Hello everyone, hope everybody's doing great today. I appreciate those of you watching this video. I hope you enjoy it. And and I also hope you're having a great day. Appreciate those of you who be watching this. Hopefully I didn't already say that. Sometimes I'm getting old. I can't remember what I've already said 2 seconds ago. So good day everybody. Hope you enjoy this video. And let's get into this. We're going to be talking about this movie. It's kind of old, I guess, now. It's like I think it came out in late 90s. Sorry, couldn't talk. It's called Prince Valiant. Man, I'm really screwing up that last name, but I'm gonna go with it. Sorry for the stumbling there. I'm getting off track, but thank you for sticking around. So let's talk about this. This movie does take place back in the King Arthur time period. King Arthur is in this movie, but he's more like a side character. So now the side characters are the main characters, while King Arthur is a side character in this movie. We find out that the Excalibur, the magical sword, gets stolen along with the princess, and because there's other trouble in the kingdom, our good old friend here, good old hero, King Arthur, is unable to go and retrieve his sword. So we have this other guy named Prince Valiant. Probably still screwing up that name. Anyways, he goes and tries to get the sword back along with our princess. He fights some Vikings and stuff like that. Personally, I kind of did like the storyline of it. I thought it was very well, but I didn't like how it was presented. It's presented like a storybook, like somebody is reading a story to us. I don't really like how that really flowed, with the movie. I think it works better with like movies such as The Princess Bride, because we have a grandpa reading to his grandchild, and while we're watching the movie that the grandpa is reading, it's also kind of about the relationship between the grandpa and his grandchild, and also the never-ending story as well. If those were done right on those kind of stories, on those kind of movies where you have like a narrator reading a book to you. This one, it didn't really fit well. It didn't really go with the flow. I thought the movie would be better if that part of it, like the narrator was out and he had like the cartoonish stuff, the animation stuff, where somebody's flipping the pages. If that stuff was eliminated, I think that would have helped the story a little bit, make it more like you're actually watching real life stuff going on than being entranced in the storybook. Maybe because this movie might be intended to younger audience. Sorry, I am really struggling today. But I already had so many takes. I'm just gonna go with it. But anyways, let's keep going here. Also, the problem with this movie is the fighting scenes. They're not really well rehearsed, and you kind of can tell that to avoid this, to see the many flaws in the fighting machines, you got a lot of close-up in the fighting to make up for the poor choreography in this one, because once they pan back, you can tell that's how bad the fighting is going on in the background and stuff. The last fighting scene between our hero and our villain is, fortunately, it's the best fighting scene, but it's not saying much because everything is really bad. And even that one, if you compare the duel between the hero and the villain, it still lacks a lot. I mean, it really lacks a lot. But it is what it is. It kind of pulls it off. I know I'm really hating on this movie. I didn't really enjoy it. It was really a chore to get through the hour and a half that this movie is. Maybe it might be 2 hours, but it was a chore to get through it. But I did like the storyline, the whole idea. Somebody going after Excalibur, get to rescue princess. It's like your typical fantasy movie. You got this guy who's supposedly a squire, a nobody. He finds his roots, that finds his real identity. It's that he's actually a king, stuff like that. So here's your traditional fantasy folklore story. I don't have nothing against that. I don't mind the traditional stuff at all. Just saying it's what it is. And I did enjoy the storyline. Could have been pulled off a little bit better. The acting is okay. Can be a lot better. This is Kathrine Heigl. I think that's how you say her name. Kathrine Heigl. You would know her more from like 27 Dresses, Knock Up, stuff like that. Those kind of movies. And other ones she's made. So this is probably before she became like a movie star. And then you do have Warwick Davis and Ron Perlman's in this. They have more minor roles, but they kind of up the acting chops a little bit. Their characters are rememberable, at least. And what other good stuff? This is like the old school Hollywood where they really knew how to write strong women. You have, even though the princess, Kathrine Heigl's character, she does play a damsel in distress a lot of times, but she does, she picks up a sword. Someone holds her own, you got a question like, how does a princess know how to sword fight? And there's other areas where you see her strength. So she is actually a strong woman character if you're something into that. But I'm just trying to bring out that nowadays a lot of the narration that these Hollywood types like to put out there is like back in the day, there was no strong women. They were written better than they are now. You would have strong women and strong men together. Nowadays, if it's a strong woman, all the men look weak and stupid and dumb. This is how it feels like. Back in the 80s, 90s, before then, writers in Hollywood actually was able to have both a strong man and a strong woman, how they filled in each other's weaknesses, and this is how it is. Also, our hero here, our guy, he plays a damsel in distress as well. He gets captured, and he's unable to save him by himself. Either he needs the help of his sidekicks here, of Ron Perlman and Warwick Davis characters. So, like, everybody's strong and everybody's a damsel in distress in this. Everything's balanced, and that's how, a lot of these movies used to be, and that's kind of how life is, too. If you have a spouse or a girlfriend or a boyfriend, that you lean on each other to get yourself through difficulty times. And this is basically how this movie portrays these two characters. They both lean on each other to help them through the difficulties they're having to get Excalibur back, to rescue the princess, to defeat the rebels that usurped the crown and took over this guy's kingdom and stuff like that. So I did like the storyline. It's just poorly executed. Gotta give this a recommended with caution. If you like King Arthur type of tales, this might be for you. And I don't know. Sometimes, bad movies are actually fun to watch. This one wasn't very fun to watch. It was, like I said, it was hard to get through. Everybody kind of seemed like they're just going through the motions for a lot of it, just there for the paycheck. I would say, though, at least Kathrine Heigl is probably the bright side of the movie. You can kind of tell why she became a movie star, or an A-star or whatever, A-list actress or whatever in this one. So, yeah, I'll recommend this caution. If you've seen this before, let me know if you liked it. If you didn't like it, am I totally wrong? Am I cuckoo about this? Or do I have some legit complaints? Let me know. Thank you for sticking around for 8 minutes and struggling through it, because you probably struggled through this review as much as I struggled through the movie. Anyways, have a great day. And if you're watching this on a Friday, have a great weekend. Bye.